Equivalent fractions. Changing the numerator and denominator of a fraction without changing the value forms an equivalent fraction. There are two ways to accomplish this, by expanding the fraction or by reducing it. You can multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number and produce an equivalent fraction, and you can divide the numerator and denominator by the same number and produce an equivalent fraction. We can see this in symbols. This is the fraction a over b. By dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number, we are getting an equivalent fraction. For the fraction a over b, we can multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number and get an equivalent fraction. When we simplify fractions, we are going to be dividing out common factors in the numerator and denominator. One way you can do this is by looking at the prime factorization of the number in the numerator and the denominator. So let's find the prime factorization of the number 8 using a factor tree. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. The 2 is prime, so we can circle it. And we can multiply 2 times 2 to get 4. So we can write the number 8 as the product of 2 times 2 times 2. 28. 2 times 14 is equal to 28. And 2 times 7 is equal to 14. 2 is a prime number, and so is 7. So 28 can be written as 2 times 2 times 7. The fraction 8 over 28, we can rewrite that using the prime factorization for 8 in the numerator and the prime factorization for 28 in the denominator. We can simplify this by dividing out common factors in the numerator and denominator. We have a 2 in the numerator and denominator. We can divide out a 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. We can divide out a 2 here, and then we are left with 1 times 1 times 2, which is 2. And 1 times 1 times 7, which is 7. 8 over 28 can be simplified as 2 over 7.